What's going on, YouTube? This is ParkerLad88 coming at you with another video. Today I'm joined by
Ron Simmons.
And what you got for us today, Ron Simmons?
This is a 45 card Tzolkin hero deck.
Tzolkin Hero deck. Is that the official name of it? Because I know when I did that one deck profile, I called it Dark Synchro, and you said it wasn't Dark Synchro, but I didn't know what else to call it.
Oh no, yeah, it's the official name of it is Tzolkin Heroes. This and Dark Synchro, they function differently.
Okay. Cool.
But yeah, I'll just get right into the deck profile.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Alrighty. So first off, obviously D Hero Malicious, pretty much the backbone of the deck. The majority of the best plays come from him, obviously. Run your 2 red resonators. He's your level 6 enabler.
Speak a little bit for me, Ron. Speak a little bit.
He's your level 6 enabler. Other combos he can get off are pretty nice. Like if you don't want to go for a level 6 synchro, you can just like summon him in Shadow Mist, search Mass Change. Just get different plays off. But he's really good.
So he's kind of like your Goblin Bird, but he's a tuner.
Yes, he is the best resonator card in the game right now.
I completely agree. Flare Resonator was always my favorite.
Yeah, he's like the upgrade.
Yeah, the distant custom.
So distant. Then your 2 Armageddon Knights. Pretty self-explanatory. Dump Malicious, Dump Plague, Dump Shadow Mist if need be. A bunch of crazy combos you can get off of him. Then your 2 Shadow Mists, very self-explanatory. If you're playing a hero deck, there's no reason not to run her.
You're not wrong.
Then 2 DD Crow. I recently changed this from 40 to 45, and big reason being because the weakness the deck had that I noticed was I lacked main deck outs. So I kind of wanted to fix that. Just give myself more options to disrupt my opponent. So, main 2 of these now. That actually works out pretty well. And if you don't need them, you can always just allure them away.
Word.
Yeah. Then also, I main 2 Vanity Fiends. Because Maxi is still a thing. Granted, it's at 1 now, but just in case something wonky happens, you have plenty of ways in this deck to just special summon the monster just to tribute summon for him and then just really screw your opponent over.
So you run him because Maxi's still a thing?
Well, not only that, and Kaiju's as well. Because if he's on board, he can't get Kaiju. This card doesn't care about interrupted Kaiju slumber. So yeah, this card is just really good. And like I said, he's a dark, so I mean, a lower synergy.
Gotcha,
Yeah,
cool.
so it works really well. And then the 1-ups, Diamond Dude.
I'm the guy.
Diamond Guy. Yeah, you can still do crazy spell shenanigans with them. Send Raigeki, send D-draws, allures. It comes in really clutch sometimes.
What's like the wackiest play you've ever gotten off a Diamond Dude?
With him consecutively on board, I think the wonkiest I did was I had him on board for 2 turns, and both times I used his effects, I got D-draw off.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
It's really trollsy.
Alright, that's what's up.
Then you have Plague Spreader. I mean, obvious, the backbone for the synchro plays. 1 copy of Dark Grepher. He's really good to have, especially if you open up with the Malicious. You really want Grepher, because I've seen some builds don't even run them at all. I don't understand that. Like, you want to run Grepher to make your hands less cloggy. 1 copy of Celestial, because he's the best D hero out besides Malicious. He's just a free +2 when he's engraved. Just banish him and another D hero when you have no cards in hand to draw to.
Gotcha. How often do you find you get that off?
Very often. Like, you can set up for this so easily, and especially with this deck, when you get into your Void Order Dragon combos, you don't want a hand. So, like, if you have him in Malicious, it's guaranteed.
Word. Cool.
Summoner Monk, last monster, the last one of opening up Red Resonator and him, you can get some really crazy pull-out plays off. Honestly, opening up Red Resonator and Summoner Monk are oftentimes better than opening them up like Red Resonator and Armageddon Knight or Grepher. Yeah, you can get some really crazy combos off with him.
So why 1 as opposed to 2? Most people run him at 2 or they don't run him at all. Why you only run him at 1?
For right now, because the deck has so much draw power and so many different ways to get the combos off that one's enough. You
Gotcha.
can run two if you want to see them that often, but one's fine.
Okay.
Now for the spells, the 3 Allure, for obvious reasons, is too good in darks. Every single monster in there besides Red Ron Resonators are dark, so this comes up around really often.
Cool.
3 Into the Voids. This card is really good for this deck, and I've seen other builds, they don't even consider using this, and I don't know why. It's a free +1.
I know what you mean.
Well, a free draw. You combo off the right way. This guarantees that if you want to set up for Void Ogre, you don't have a hand because you have to discard your hand at the end phase you activate this. So if you just like draw into something clunky that you can't get rid of, well, if you activate this, then you're guaranteed to ditch it. So it's really good for that.
Cool.
3D draws for obvious reasons. It's just this thing's just busted. Just open up with this and Malicious, you can just get your combos off so easily. This thing's just one of the best draw cards in the game. 2 copies of A Hero Lives for obvious reasons. Auto Dark Law setup is just too good not to run. Some people run 3, but honestly, you have enough draw options to where either you open up this card or you draw into this, so I feel like you don't have to run 3. I mean, you can, but I personally wouldn't.
In new ultra rare technology. I don't understand why people see that. It's ultra rare. Oh my gosh, it's just another variant of ultra rare. It's not ultra rare technology.
Nah. Then 2 copies of Instant Fusion for Northern plays, Diamond Dire Wolf plays, and just other little shenanigans you can do.
Word.
You just give you more options to get your plays off.
Word.
2 res calls, searches out red resonators, speeds out the deck.
Love the resonator engine. You ever thought about running, what's the other one? Synchron resonator? You ever thought about doing that?
I tried it before. It's not bad. It's really not bad. It's just that how I have it built currently, there's really no reason for me to run them at the moment. But since I did bump the card count up by 5, I may consider using them. I would actually mess around with that.
Gotcha.
More 2-ofs, Twin Twister. Obvious reasons, this deck does not like back row. Get rid of it ASAP. Mass Change. Do I even need to explain?
Not really.
Dark Claw is the broke.
Dankla.
And for the 1-ofs, Rhoda for Warrior Search, speeds up the deck. I main 1 copy of Book of Moon.
It's -1 in the game.
Yeah, but it's so good. This card that actually got me out of a lot of scrapes. Because most people don't see it coming because people forgot this is a thing. It's still good. Foolish, obvious reasons. Dump the darks. Soul Charge, obvious reasons. And also, if you combo this card off for like Malicious and Red Resonator and all that stuff, you can just potentially make this card free. So say for instance, if you open up Tzolkin, you set a card and summon something like Crystal Wing, and you have this in hand, you can just play the Soul Charge and then special summon whatever you want, including Red Resonator. So if you bring back 3 monsters, including Red Resonator, you can use this effect, target Crystal Wing, and gain all your life points back. It makes this free. It is so busted. And 1 part of Inquisitiveness, because this card banishes a lot, and this card comes in really clutch and special. If you're grinding for a game, you need your resources back. Raigeki, because of this Raigeki. And the last 2 cards in the deck, the 2 traps are 2D barriers, because this card is so busted, especially this format.
Because Konami knows no middle ground as far as making cards. They're either really bad or really good.
Yeah, that gray area, I kind of miss it. And last thing for the extra deck, 1 copy of Evil Swarm Nightmare.
Nightmare.
This card is really good. Like, this card is so good. It's a double Book of Moon. It's not once per turn. This card has stifled my opponents so many times when I got it off. Like, this card is too good not to run in this deck. And like I said, everything in the main deck besides Red Resonator are dark, so there's really no reason to run this card. Then 1 copy of Diamond Dire Wolf. For the longest time, I never ran this card until I actually understood why it's so good, and now it just gets me out of so many scrapes. And especially if you're like wanting to deal with a Solemn, you get this on board. I mean, then what are you gonna do? Pay life points to blow up a card that you're gonna kill anyway? This card's too good. Patrice. I don't get into it often, but when I do, it's actually really helpful. Just in case I have like a bit of a weird hand to where I can't call them off the way I want to, I can at least still summon her using like malicious, like an instant fusion, get back Norden, get back a tuner, and then summon Stardust Charge Warrior, and then go into her, and then from there mill the cards I need to get off the deck. But she comes in handy. She's really good. Then you have Stardust Charge. I mean, it's another draw option for the deck. I mean, this deck has enough draw options as is. This is just another one. Lets me draw. And if a situation arises, I can just attack all my opponent's special summon monsters. Coral Dragon, the heart and soul of the deck. Like, he just gets his Tzolkin plays off. He's too good. He pops a card by discarding, and if he gets into the grave, you draw a card. Can't beat it. Like one of the best level 6s in the game right now. Ancient Fairy Dragon. This is another good addition to where if you can't really get like an optimal field with Tzolkin, but you can still, so say for instance, if you open up Tzolkin and you don't really want to summon the Crystal Wing for whatever reason, you can still go into her and use her effect, summon like a Shadow Mist, and then set up for a Dark Law play. Or you can set up for a Evil Storm Nightmare play. Like I had multiple times to where I had Tzolkin, I set up for Tzolkin, got this on field, used her effect, special summon like another Dark 4, overlaid for Nightmare, and I got Malicious and Grave. So I banished Malicious, summon Malicious, and now I set up for this Nightmare and Dark Law.
Oh, word.
Yeah, that's good. Michael, spot removal. I mean, this target and banishes, doesn't destroy, so it's really good. Yeah, exactly. Cyframe Lord Omega, for obvious reasons, he's like the best generic level 8 in the game. Everybody knows all his crazy shenanigans. There's no reason not to run him. Scarite. This card has won me so many games.
Scarite.
He is so good, and well, you just straight up blow up all special summon monsters on board besides burn for 5 for each. And there's no restrictions on what you can attack with, what you can special summon afterwards. Like this card is busted. It's good.
I got 2 minutes there.
Alright. Crystal Wing, obvious reasons. It's Crystal Wing, Negator. Void Ogre, another Negator for spelling traps. Like I said, you set yourself up and not have a hand, so it's given. Tzolkin, the big boss of the deck. Everybody knows what he does when he sets. You can special summon a level 7, level 8 Synchro Dragon. Too good. And then the last for the fusions, Norden, combo starter. He's just too good not to run. And last but not least, the 2 copies of Dark Law.
Dank Law!
Because it's Dark Law, and there's absolutely no reason not to run them.
Because that card's fair and needs to stay in the game.
Alrighty, so how do you feel like, with the last minute that we have, how do you feel like the deck is working out for you, running it at 45 as opposed to like 40 like most builds? Do you feel like you're not seeing your pieces or anything, or how's it working out?
I still see all my pieces enough, and like I said, the big reason because, I mean, it has so much draw power. Like I made 9 draw cards, 3 Into the Voids, 3 D-Draws, 3 Allures. Like, I just burn through my deck so quickly. I do brick, but it's not often.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Any final comments?
Anybody who wants to run this deck, I definitely say try it. It's fun, and against the meta, it does not stack up against the meta badly at all. I guess besides Zodiacs, it still has trouble against Zoos at times, but anything else like Blue Eyes, ABCs, Paleos, like this deck can handle.
Cool. Alright guys, well that'll do it for this video. Let me know what you think of Ron's deck profile, and we'll see you later guys. Alright, bye.